What's up, people? Case West here. Today we're going to watch Loki episode 5, Journey into Mystery, which is about as straightforward a title as you could ask for. Oh, looks like I can't back up too much. Don't back up too much. Jesus. I'll be watching the screen fucking right here. Um, I guess I'm probably most excited to see what's going on with the other Loki variants and to see if that means that Mobius is also still alive. And are there other Mobius variants? I would assume that Mobius is still alive, but that there aren't any other Mobius variants because Loki is kind of special in the fact that there are multiple attempts of him leaving his timeline or becoming a variant. So I'm wondering if that's why there are so many Lokis. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Also excited to see what Mobius does with the information, now knowing that he's a variant like, everybody else. And obviously, what is that going to do to all the other variants working for the TVA? The timekeepers, who knows if we're going to get to actually see who's really in charge. I watched a clip from the original Avengers just maybe a couple days ago, and it's interesting the scene where, spoiler if anybody hasn't seen it, where Loki stabs Agent Coulson, and then some time goes on, and Coulson is laying there bleeding out, and he looks at Loki and he says, "You're gonna lose. It's in your nature." And I didn't really understand, or not understand, but I didn't really know that that idea was introduced so early in the MCU that it's part of Loki's nature to lose. So I thought that was really cool that tied back into that. I also, part of me wants them to delve into this, and part of me doesn't, but I really want to know what's going on when they look at the timeline. When you see the timeline from the TVA's perspective, and it's just that, it looks like a, whatever a heart rate monitor or whatever that's just flat. Is that some kind of energy signal being, or excuse me, some kind of signal being transmitted into an energy reading? Or is that actually like, I don't know how to explain it. Well, okay, say in Avengers, in Endgame, when Hulk or Banner goes back to get the time stone from whatever, I forget her name, Tilda Swinton's character, and they kind of she kind of explains the timeline as far as like it looks like a stream, and then if you remove the time stone, another stream branches off. Is that supposed to signal? I mean, I assume that that's exactly what the TVA is looking at, meaning if the TVA should be able to see from start to finish the full timeline, beginning to end, whether it's in a line or whether it's in a circle, they should be able to see the full timeline. And if that's the case, when Loki and Sylvie, when they caused their Nexus event and it was, damn near perpendicular, does that mean that that's the furthest away from the sacred timeline that it can be? Because I would assume that it can't go backwards. If the timeline looks like this, I would assume that it can't go backwards. I don't know if that's going to translate here, but this is as far away from the timeline that another branch could be, because it's directly perpendicular. And I think even in that episode, it wasn't exactly perpendicular. It was close. So it wasn't a 90 degree. Maybe it was like 85 degrees or whatever. But that's also interesting to me that whatever they did was almost as far away from the standard timeline or the sacred timeline as you could get. And I also want to see if they explain that. Was that just their connection that did that? Surely it wasn't just the fact that they physically touched, because I think they had already physically touched before, like from fighting and stuff, correct? I don't know. I might have to go back and rewatch that, but I hope that all gets explained. And if it doesn't, who cares? That's like I said in another video, sometimes over explaining can kill the magic. And if you think about some of this stuff too hard, it kind of breaks down, and then you know it's no fun after that. So whatever, they set up the world, just accept it and enjoy it. All right, let's get into it.
What is
He
this
just
place?
stood
Where
up
are
and
you?
flipped his
This is the
hair.
void, that's Elias. And we're his lunch. Come on!
I'm sorry, I have to catch that again. What did he say? Well, let's watch his hair flip one more time. Love it. Love
This
it.
place. Where are we? Who are you?
I can help you if you trust me.
Well, why the hell would we trust you? Don't do it. I mean, we don't trust anybody anyways.
Thank you.
This is the place where the TVA dumps its rubbish.
He didn't flip his hair.
Everything they prune.
Son of a bitch.
And just do what you want, I guess.
I feel like the kid's in charge.
Right. What was your Nexus event, Your Majesty?
I killed Thor.
Oh, shit. I'm so confused. I love it. Was that a little Thor?
So, why did you want to return to the TVA so badly anyway?
Any second now.
Go, go, go!
Yeah. Stalling. Miss Minutes, you son of a bitch.
Hello. Which one of us are you? This is a nightmare.
What the hell was that?
You!
Can you shut the door? We still got a little bit of a situation here.
Yeah.
By the way, you should be careful just jumping into a stranger's car like that.
How did he know?
Watch out!
In exchange for shelter and supplies, you give me
It's
your army
everybody
and I
just
take
betraying each other. It's a
Yes. Not so good a bargain.
Whoever's behind all of this.
okay. That's what happened at the beginning when she saw whatever that was, a castle or something like that.
Thanks for the spark. Well, see you later, Loki.
Thank you, my friend. You're my favorite.
I wonder if that is his first real friend, maybe other than Thor. It's like a T-Rex, just like Jurassic. Another Jurassic Park reference. Oh shit. Ah. Damn, he's creating Asgard. Wow. Knew it was gonna end right there. Son of a gun. Okay, that was Loki episode 5. I'll be honest, not my favorite episode. Didn't really accomplish much, but it was pretty cool to see all the different Lokis. If I'm not mistaken, I think next episode is the very last one, and it looks like we're finally gonna get to see who's in charge of everything. It's gonna be interesting to see what Mobius does once he gets back. I mean, they're gonna want to just prune him again, I guess. I'm sure he'll go get B-15. They'll team up. Hopefully they just start releasing people, you know, maybe showing evidence to other people that work there and kind of getting a big group together. Um, I don't know. We didn't get a whole lot answered there, so I really don't know where we're gonna go. It was cool to see Loki hug Mobius. I wonder if that's his first real friendship hug. I don't know if he would consider Thor a friend, I guess, but I don't know. That seems like his first real friend. Was that a little Thor that I saw in when it did the cut through the ground? It looked like Mjolnir and then a little Thor in a bottle trying to get out. That was pretty cool. I don't know if that's that might be a reference to a comic or something, some kind of Easter egg that I don't know anything about. And it was also cool that the little kid Loki seemed to be in charge, and he also killed Thor. And I wonder, I guess he killed Thor when he was that age. So that's pretty cool. I guess they said her name like 3 or 4 times. The judge back at the TVA, who I guess would be the main bad guy at the TVA, seems like she does actually want to find out who's in control as well. I don't know if that necessarily makes her a good guy or a bad guy. Maybe that's the point. They've mentioned that before, that idea of no one's ever truly good, no one's ever truly bad. You know, when the older Loki, he talked about casting an image of himself that even convinced Thanos. And my youngest brother had, from like, I think episode 1 or I guess it was episode 1, he had a theory that Loki, after seeing himself killed by Thanos, was maybe going to go back and trick Thanos and make him think he was killed, so that the Loki from Infinity War actually wasn't really dead. I don't know, you know, this Loki, the older Loki, talking about tricking Thanos into dying. Maybe our Loki takes that and goes back to that timeline and fakes his own death. I don't know. I'm still confused to the whole timeline thing. I don't know if everything just continues from here or if they go back to another point in time. Who knows? It's so confusing at this point. This probably won't be a very long review. Like I said, they didn't get a whole lot accomplished in this episode, so there's not a whole lot to talk about, but I'm excited to see who is in that castle through that portal and who's really in control. Also, we saw a helicopter that said Thanos on it. That was kind of weird. That's pretty much all I got. I guess we'll wait to see what happens on the next one. See you then.